So Pilates, this is a, go ahead and lay down, bend your knees, plant your feet, bring your arms by your sides. We're gonna move through a really mindful flow this morning, allowing our alignment and our breath to really lead our movement today. So take a moment to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and really fill into your chest. So fill all the way into the little bit of lung that lives up by your collarbones. And then open your mouth and sigh that breath out. And then on your next breath, imagine your rib cage is expanding to the sides, east to west. Inhale, feel the ribs go out. And then exhale, let your two bottom ribs slide together. The back of your rib cage is relaxing into the mat. Our last breath will be into our belly. Inhale, fill into your belly, really expand, fill up. And then exhale out of your mouth and gently pull the abdominals back towards the spine. And we'll take another deep inhale, incorporating all of those things. So as you inhale, feel your chest expand, your ribs go wide. And then as you exhale, your belly button goes back towards your spine as you let your two bottom ribs slide shut. One more time, deep inhale, breathe into your chest, your ribs go wide. Exhale, belly button goes back towards spine. Good. Great, arms are still heavy by our sides. We're gonna take really gentle pelvic rocks. So let your tailbone reach towards your heels. This means there'll be a little arc in your low back. We're emphasizing the low lumbar arc. And then exhale, put your low back, press it into the mat, let your tailbone lift off of the mat. So we're rocking the opposite way. Again, inhale. I'm lifting my arms so you can see this little arc I'm creating in my low back. And then exhale, imprinting my low back and letting my tailbone lift off of the mat. And just noticing how small and subtle this action is. Good, these look lovely. Take a few more. Think about your breath. As you inhale, let your tailbone press into the mat. So your diaphragm presses down, your pelvic floor widens. As you exhale, belly button gets closer to spine, push the low back into the mat, your tailbone lifts off. One more round, inhale. It's almost like you're breathing into your hips. They get wider sensationally. And then exhale, imprint your low spine, pull your belly button a little bit closer to the mat. Now settle into neutral, place your hands on your pelvis. Great, so you want to feel your pubic bone and your hip bones in the same plane, so they're level with one another. If you're pushing your pubic bone down towards the ground, that's going to put that arc in your low back. If your tailbone's tucked under, your pubic bone's going to be above your hip bone, so we want them to be level. Keep your arms down by your side, lift your right leg into tabletop, which means your knee is bent directly over your hip, shin parallel to the ground, then lift your left leg into tabletop. Yep, cool. So keep your knees directly over your hips and then notice your pelvis, right? So are you tilting forward or tucking under? Can you settle into neutral? And then exhale, reach the low back towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch the mat, but that's the direction you're going. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out of your mouth, belly button closer to spine. Good. Now take your hands behind your head with your elbows wide, and then nod your chin to your chest, lifting into an upper ab curl. So your shoulder blades are going to lift off of the mat. Now if you're postpartum, I know we had a few people join after, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders, you can skip this. You can keep your head down. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, get a little higher. Pull your belly button closer to your spine. Good. The top of your head reaches to the sky. Lower everything down, feet down, head down, elbows go wide. Take an inhale. Keep your feet down, nod your chin to your chest, lift into your upper ab curl again. So the top of your head is reaching to the sky. Now, are you really lifting your hips off the mat? Relax them into the mat. Good. Let your chin get closer to the front of your neck, so you're stretching the back of your neck a little bit. Take another inhale. Watch your belly button go closer to your spine to lift you a little bit higher in your upper ab curl. And then lower everything down. We're going to do it one more time. Big breath in, elbows wide. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, find your upper ab curl. The top of your head reaches to the sky. When you exhale, pull the belly button closer to the mat, stretching through the back of the neck. Relax the hips heavy into the ground. And then lower everything down. Lift your legs back into that tabletop position. Now reach your arms up to the ceiling. Plug your arm bones into your shoulder sockets. Great. Take another deep inhale. Nod your chin to your chest. Find that upper ab curl again. But you're finding your arms by your sides this time, so they're hovering next to the body. We're going to take our 100. So you're going to pump your arms up and down and breathe. If the legs feel really challenging, you can straighten your knees and reach your toes right up to the sky. If you want more challenge, you can bring your legs out on a low diagonal. Now breathe. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do this entire thing with your head down, just pumping your arms as well. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. These look awesome. Inhale, reach through your fingertips. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for space. Exhale, pull your belly button closer to your spine. Knit your two bottom ribs together. You have 3 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out of your mouth. Belly button closer to spine. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay lifted. Bring your hands behind your head. Bring your knees towards your nose. Lift into a higher upper ab curl and just hold for 5, 4. You're curling into a tiny ball. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Nice job. Bring one hand onto each knee and draw some big circles with your legs out and around. And then take those circles the opposite direction, just giving a little bit of action, a little lubrication to our hip joints. Great. Bring your hands back behind your head. Bring your heels together and your toes apart. So your feet are in a tiny V and your knees are shoulders distance apart. Now tune back into your pelvis. We want it in that neutral state with our pubic bone and hip bones on the same plane. So see if you can find that. And then exhale and reach your low back towards the mat. Once again, it's okay if it doesn't touch, but that's the action we want to have with our abdominals. Now nod the chin to your chest. You're finding your upper ab curl. Once again, lifting up. Good. On your inhale, press your legs out to straight on a low diagonal, right? So if your low back is popping away from the mat, your legs should be higher. Exhale, bend your knees, bring them back in. Good, nice job, everyone. Inhale, press your legs out to straight. Squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, knees bend, come back in. Now notice your upper ab curl. That's your head, neck, and shoulders. Press your legs out. As you exhale, can you get higher in your upper ab curl? Your knees bend and come in. Your head does not drop. Inhale, press your legs out. We have 2 more. Exhale, shh. Last time, inhale, press your legs out to straight. Good. Exhale. Shh. Come back in and lower down. Nice work. Send your legs out to long and flat on the mat. Moving into our roll-ups, we have a few options here. So long legs straight on the mat is the most challenging variation. If you need assistance, you're going to bend your knees, your hands will come behind your thighs, and you'll give yourself an assist. Notice your rib cage. Is it lifting away from the mat? Press the back of the ribs into the mat. Close the front of the rib cage. Like we could click your 2 bottom ribs shut. Now reach your arms forward. Nod your chin to your chest. You're in an upper ab curl. Great. Take another deep inhale. Exhale. Come all the way up to sit and reach forward over your the mat, imagining it's like a string of beads, and we could lift each bead off the mat one at a time. Big reach forward over the legs, and then tail scoops under, roll back down, softening your spine onto the mat. Good. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Everyone can exhale, press arms forward, and push your shoulder blades away from your ears. So we engage our lat line, shoulder blades press down the back. Good, big reach. And then scoop tail under, soften down, feel your low back, then your waistline, then the bottom of the ribs, then the shoulder blades, then the head. We have 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slice forward, nudge into chest, peel yourself up. Big reach over your legs. Scoop tail under, you're softening, melting back down. Push the shoulder blades down your back, away from your ears. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, slide. Remember, you can always bring it down. This is our last round. We inhale, reach overhead. We exhale, slice, peeling our spine off the mat. Nice and slow. Take a big reach forward. Last round, rolling onto your back slowly as you can. Good control, Caitlin. Reach your arms overhead. Beautiful, nice job. Bring your arms down by your sides, bend your knees, and plant your feet once again. Notice if your pelvis is tilted one way or the other. We want it in neutral. Push your arms into the ground. Press the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel into the mat. Now you will rock your pelvis back. Tailbone scoops off of the mat. We're gonna lift into an inclined plane bridge. So slowly peel yourself up until your hips are lifted. If we dropped a marble on your knees, it would roll right to your shoulders. So not quite a back bend like we would do in a yoga class. It's a little bit different style in Pilates. These look great. So press your big toe mounds down so your inner thighs reach towards the ground. We want our legs to be in parallel. Take another deep inhale. Your glutes are gently engaged. Exhale, slowly soften your spine back to the mat. So just like our roll-ups, we're articulating down. Good, those look awesome. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale again. Imprint your low spine, feel your tailbone lift up towards the sky. This peels you up into your bridge position. Beautiful. Press your arms and your heels firmly into the ground. Take another deep breath in. We're gonna lower down one more time and lift up one last time. Nice and slow. This should feel like a little massage for your low back as you slowly articulate down. Big inhale. Exhale, last time. Imprint your low spine and lift your hips up. Good. Hold here. Remember, our arms are pressing down firmly. If we dropped a marble on the knees, it would roll right to the shoulders. Deep inhale. Now we're going to lower our hips to just hover off the mat and then press them back up to incline. So starting to fire up the back line of the legs, lifting up and down. We'll take 10 more. You can always make your range of motion a little bit smaller if you have any pressure in your low back. I want you to notice your glutes and your hamstrings. Push into your heels, and perhaps that can help you activate your glutes just a little bit more as you press your hips up. We have 5 more. These look awesome. And lift. Keep breathing. Our breath is so important in Pilates. Helps us find our deepest activation muscularly. Take 2 more. Lift and lower. Last time, 2 lift and lower. Now lift and just stay lifted in your bridge. Push into your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, and your heel. Reach your tailbone energetically towards your knees. Take another big breath in, and then exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Awesome. That looks great, everyone. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock yourself up to seated. And then swing your legs around so you're on all 4s, shoulders over your wrists and hips over your knees. Spread your fingers out really wide. Take a really big inhale, filling from the top of your head to your tailbone. And then when you exhale, round your back for a cat pose. So you're pushing your hands down, widening your shoulder blades on your back, lengthening your tailbone. Cow pose, drop your belly to stretch your abdominals, reach your head and your tailbone up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, round your back, cat pose. I want you to think about lifting your front of your abdominals, your belly button up to your spine. And then drop your belly, reach your head and tailbone up. Think about widening your sitting bones. So you're really splaying your pelvis open here. And then exhale, gather your sitting bones, round your back, cat pose. One more time, each way. Inhale, cow pose, stretching through your core. Exhale, engage your core, round your back. Come to your neutral spine, lower your forearms down to the mat, and step your feet back for forearm plank. Awesome. So you can always drop your knees down. This will still be effective even with your knees on the mat. Soften your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Take a nice deep inhale. Again, reach from the crown of the head through the tailbone. So we really feel long and lengthened here. Now press your heels forward and back. Forward and back. Just keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. We're going to hold for 10 more rounds of pressing forward and back. There's a little squeeze to your glutes. Notice if you're doming in your upper back, can you soften your shoulder blades in towards your spine a little bit? For 5 and 4. Really nice. Here's 3 and 2. Last one. Find center. Melt your knees down and then gently melt your pelvis to the mat. So you're in a Sphynx pose. This is a little opener for our chest. Good. Gently lift your belly button towards your spine and take a nice deep breath in all the way up into your collarbones. Deep breath out. Beautiful. You're going to lower all the way flat to your stomach. Slide your hands back by your wrists. Your hands turn out just a little bit. So think pointer fingers on a slight rotation out. Now we're thinking of our navel lifting away from the mat, almost like there's an ice cube under it. And we're lifting our belly button away from the ice cube. We press our pubic bone and hip bones down. That's how we find our abdominal engagement when we're prone, lying on our belly. Now hug your elbows in towards each other like you're squeezing a basketball between them. So you feel your upper back engage and light up. From here, press into your hands, lift your heart. You're in a little baby swan. So again, our elbows hug in, our chest is lifted, our navel's in and up. Good. These look lovely. Slowly lower back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, hug your elbows in, push your pubic bone down, lift your navel, lift your heart, and lower back down. Now we can lift a little higher in swan, only if there's 0 compression and pressure in your low back. So we hug our elbows in, push our pubic bone down, pull our belly button in. You lift up, your knees stay down. Yeah, your core is engaged, your shoulders are down your back. You can go anywhere in between. That looks lovely. Use your triceps to help you lower back down. Your elbows bend. It's really slow. Yes, you should feel your upper arm muscles fire up. That looks great. Inhale. Exhale. Again, lifting up. Pubic bone presses down. Heart puffs up. Good. These look awesome. Really nice. Inhale. Good, Brianna. Exhale. Slowly lower down. Good job, Yanette. Hug your elbows in towards each other a little bit. You're going to do 1 more, everybody. Yeah, just a little bit like that. That looks awesome. Inhale. Good, Caitlin. Slowly peel yourself up. Big breath in. Navel in and up. Slow motion. Lower back down. You got it, Chelsea. And then we'll press to a child's pose. Big toes to touch. Knees wide. Hips to your heels. Inhale, breathe into your low back. Exhale, soften your heart towards the mat. 1 more time. Inhale, breathe into low back. Exhale, soften the front of your body towards the mat. Good. Come all the way up to all fours. Once again, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Feel your 2 bottom ribs slide shut. Send your right leg behind you. Tuck your toes under so they're on the ground to start. And then wrap your outer right hip down. So we want a squared pelvis. From here, point your toes, lift your leg to hip height. Squeeze your right glute. Tap your toes down and lift. Now, if your wrists are sensitive, you can drop to your forearms or you can take a fist. It's a really nice variation. Keep going. Now, every time you lift your leg up, can you squeeze your glute and reach your toes away from you? Good. Take 4 more. Again, squared pelvis, outer right hip down. 3 and 2. Last one, now keep your leg lifted. We're gonna tap our toes over to the left. So it's like a big rainbow shape. They're all the way to the outside of the mat on the left side. Then go up and over and tap to the right. Up and over, tap left. Up and over, tap right. Directly over your left knee. Feel a nice stretch through your right side. That's how far you're tapping over to the left. Good job. Keep going. Left hip over left knee. Pelvis is still square. Squeeze your inner thighs as you tap to the left. You're going to take 4 and 4, 3 and 3, 2 and 2. Last one and 1. Now lift your leg up in center, hip height, knee to nose, round your back, step your right foot through your hands. So you can lift up, kind of scoot your foot forward. Yeah, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Great, just keep your left hand down, reach your right arm up to the sky. So we're taking a very gentle spinal twist here. Big breath in, big breath out. Lower your hand down. And step your foot back to high plank. Just hold your high plank for 10 seconds. Shoulder blades melt to spine. Each exhale, pull your belly button in and up for 4, 3, 2. Take a child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide, hips to your heels. Inhale, breathe into your low back. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, rise up to all 4s, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Our left leg reaches back, toes tucked under to start so we can wrap our outer left hip down, both hips facing the mat. Point your toes, lift your left leg to hip height, and then tap down. Lift and tap. Gently squeeze the left glute as your leg lifts. Imagine little strings are pulling your head and your tailbone away from each other. Good. Keep going. These look lovely. Reach that left big toe away from you every time you lift up. Here's your 4, 3. Root through all 10 of your knuckles. 2. Keep your leg lifted here on 1. We'll start with our big arcs. So tapping the toes over to the right, up and over to the left. We want our range of motion to be big, but that's relative, right? So if you know you need to make it smaller so you can control the action, keep your hips square to the ground, do it. If you want to play with making it a little bigger, squeezing that inner thigh, reaching the toes to the right, go for it. But not if we don't have our foundational components in place. Keeping that right hip over the right knee, top of the head reaches away from the tail. You have 4 and 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Good. 1 and 1. So nice. Big breath in. Lift your leg in center and step your left foot between your hands. Tuck your right toes, lift your back knee. And then take your left arm up to the sky. You can walk your right hand really wide so you have lots of space. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your hand down and step to your high plank. Big breath in. Big breath out for just 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips to the sky for a down dog. We're gonna walk our hands to our feet right away. I know we've been on our wrists for a little bit. So walk the hands back towards the feet. Bring your heels together and your toes apart. In Pilates, we work in this little V quite often. If that doesn't feel great on your pelvis, though, just keep your legs in parallel. Relax your chest forward over your legs. Take a big breath in. Your knees can absolutely be bent. Now keep your hips stacked directly over your heels. Roll to stand as slow as you can, one vertebrae at a time. Good, little squeeze of your butt, and then sweep your arms wide and then up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, just relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, exhale, nod chin to chest. We're going back over our legs. So it's almost like we're diving into a pool of water. Our belly button goes in and up as we round forward slowly over our legs. Good, that looks great, Brianna. Open the heels now, so we're in parallel, deep inhale. Exhale, tailbone heavy, we're gonna roll back up to stand. We've just adjusted our feet so they're parallel instead of turned out. Inhale, reach your arms wide, deep breath in. Again, heels stay directly under the hips as we nod chin to chest. Pull our belly button in and up and dive forward over our legs. Slowly, slowly peeling forward. When you get to the bottom, bring opposite hand to opposite elbow and take a little sway side to side. It's bringing a little bit of space into the low back. Inhale. And an exhale. Hands touch down to the ground. Walk yourself all the way out to your high plank. Just take a nice deep breath in. A nice big breath out. Your shoulder blades mount into your spine. One more deep inhale. Exhale, belly button lifts in and up. The top of your head reaches away from your heels. Now gently drop your knees down right as is so your body's on a little incline. And we're just going to take 3 tricep push-ups with our knees down. Breathe into your collarbones. Bend your elbows. They do not have to bend a lot. They hug in close to your sides as you lower down. We're going so slow. Straighten your elbows. Good. You know, lift your hips just a little bit. So so tuck your tail under just a tad. Yes, there you go, you got it. And then bending the elbows and slow lower. Good. We'll do one more. Nice, Chelsea. One more time. Bend the elbows. Straighten. Child's pose. Hips to heels. Tricep push-ups are hard. Big inhale. I've been doing them a long time. I still find them very challenging. Big exhale out of your mouth. Let's take one more full deep breath in, filling up all the way. Open your mouth. Exhale and sigh your breath out. Come up to a seated position. Swing your legs in front of you. We have one last exercise to finish off our class today. Spine stretch forward. So you're gonna sit up tall on your sitting bones. If your knees can straighten and you can perch right on your sits bones, great. If your spine's a little rounded, try bending your knees. Your feet are as wide as the mat, and then reach your arms straight up to the sky. Palms face your toes. Plug your shoulder blades down your back. Take a really big inhale. Exhale, nod chin to chest. We're rounding forward over our legs. So imagine there's a wall behind you. You have to go forward because you can't go back into the wall. Take a nice deep breath in as you reach forward. And then exhale to sit up tall. Inhale. Can we imagine the ribs lift off of the pelvis? The pelvic floor goes in and up. Exhale, nod chin to chest. Round your way forward like you're rounding up and over a barrel or a thing, something. Sit up tall, deep inhale. We have 2 more. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, nod chin to chest, rounding forward. Good. Sit up tall. Float the ribs away from the pelvis. Get taller without lifting your shoulders to your ears. Round it forward. And sit up tall. Arms come down. Simply crisscross your legs so you're sitting. Hands can rest on your knees. Close your eyes. Scan from the top of your head down to the bottoms of your feet. Take a final big inhale, tuck your chin a little closer to the front of your neck. Big exhale. And I hope you keep all of this length and breath throughout your day. Thank you so much for joining me. A couple of new faces, so welcome, and I hope to soon have everyone's names down. Have a good rest of your Monday. Bye.